Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dionysius Burton. I'm a fashion and portrait photographer based out of Miami, Florida. Today's episode of How I Got the Shot focuses on a photo shoot that I did with one of my best friends, Jenny White. She's also known as J.E. White. She's a gospel singer and songwriter based out of St. Pete, Florida. We've known each other since middle school, so we have a very long history. We work really well together, so that usually leads to a bunch of laughing, me doing things that, I wouldn't normally do around clients because we're just so comfortable with each other. But at the same time, we're always making sure we get really dope shots on top of that. So this session was no different. We planned on doing 2 general looks, but then we wanted to add on a jacket to the third look to kind of make sure it separated itself, because she recently crossed as a Delta. So I know she's super excited about that, and I'm happy to be like her photographer to make that announcement. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of images that we got from the first look, but I really want to focus on the idea that she had midway through the session. She was like, hey, I want to do like this merge shot where you kind of showing me in both looks, and I want to be able to throw up the Delta symbol, but I wanted to be merged together. Now, I've heard of that before. I've done similar stuff to it before, but I know I wanted to attack this a little different. And then also, this wasn't planned. I planned everything for my photo shoots. So this required me to think quickly and process okay, what is it going to take to make this happen? So I shifted quickly into going, okay, if that's the next thing that we're going to do, then I need to lock in the tripod, I need to lock in the lighting, I need to lock in your position. So I got the tripod put in position, got the camera settings together. We marked her space where she should stand. Then after taking a couple of test shots, I made sure to align her in the screen in the same spot. So on the back of the camera, and I don't have a shot of this, but on the back of the camera, there's a grid. So I made sure her head was in the exact same spot on each shot. Because she had in heels in one shot and boots in another, there was a height difference. So that was something I obviously, tried to keep an eye out for while I was tethering. And I would just compare the shots back and forth to make sure I had it. And then we locked it in. And it didn't take a lot of time. It just was a matter of just being precise and, actually measuring out things. This wasn't a thing where I needed to guess. So the shot came out dope, as you can see. But I want to show you guys what I did in Photoshop that added an extra punch, because it's not as simple as cutting her straight down the middle and making the shot work. I wanted to have there to be like a natural blend between the 2 shots. So I'm gonna take you guys over to Photoshop so I can show you exactly what I mean. Now that we're in Photoshop, let's go through the layers. We needed to make one of the layers the foundation. So I chose the one with the dress. There wasn't like a creative or a particular reason why I did that. That was just the first one I opened. And then I brought in the one where she's wearing her jacket on top of it. And then I aligned it using the opacity. Now, I know there's an auto align feature that we can use, but I'd rather just do it manually. For me, it's just quicker. To make sure everything lined up, I press Command T, and then I was able to use the controls here to move and shift things as needed to make sure they lined up perfectly. The next step was to figure out what to cut out. So there's multiple ways I could have done it, but the way that I chose to do it was to bring in another copy of her in the dress, and then I masked out portions of that dress so that the jacket showed through. Now, choosing what to remove took some time. I know I couldn't just split her straight down the middle. I did start with that though. As you can see, there's a hard line here, but from there I gradually made everything softer. As you can see, like on the edge, there's some feathering going on. So that was me blurring or feathering the mask itself, using that brush tool to mask out the portion I didn't want to show. And the result is very fluid, as you can see. The other reason I chose this as well, because it was just easier for me to choose an image that showed her neck and use that as a baseline versus anything else. But you can also see I let something as simple as her pearls show through to the other side. And then I made sure that her hands matched up perfectly. That definitely took me a while, but I was able to do it. These are the types of things that for some people might be annoying to do or to fix, but if you care about the shot, you care about the shot. So then I brought them together and I did my typical editing process, which is taking it through dodging and burning, using frequency separation, doing it all together to clear her skin. She also has a really amazing skin, and the makeup that was applied was done by Tori Nicole. She's a dope makeup artist, so it made my job super easy. Then I go through, do my polishing, sharpening, and then after that, then I wanted to work on the color grade. I say this in every video because I really do it for every image and every client that I work with. I always give them multiple versions of the final image. So for this one, she got a clean version. She got a version that had a little more contrast to it, and then she got a darker version. And the darker version was really just to focus your eye more on the position that she's holding. I want you to focus on her hands and what she's doing and not really anything else. The other layers you're seeing here are me playing around in Photoshop. Like, the clients never get to see how I get to the final product, but there's a lot of playing and pushing and trying different things. I really love this plugin called Infinite Color Suite. They have a couple of different options in here, but my favorite is Infinite Color. They also have a black and white one, and then they have a harmony one. And what this does is it gives you presets that make sense. These are presets that are used in the industry, and they typically work. Obviously, you can maneuver and manipulate them as you need to, but some of them right off the bat just work really well. But yeah, so that's how I got the shot, and the client loved it. She loved the images. She was ecstatic when she finally got it, immediately posted them. Her network responded really well to it when she posted on Facebook and other places. Like, there were tons of comments and a lot of feedback. They were proud of what we did. We were proud of what we did, and I'm really looking forward to working with her soon. There's always something that that we can do. There's always a new project on the horizon for us, especially with her being an artist. Like, it's just a good combination. We make a really good team. For those who made it this far, thank you for watching another episode of How I Got the Shot. There will be more to come very, very soon. I'm holding myself more accountable about how I operate on YouTube and the kind of content that I'm putting out. So I'm really working hard as far as learning how to use Final Cut and be more efficient in it, and just speeding up my entire process so I can put out content that I'm proud of, that's useful, and that's also not taking me 80,000 years to put out. So thank you guys for being here. Until the next one, make sure you create an art that you're proud of. Peace.
Just walking. Stank window.